Hi, so in this video of my Cave Runner game, I'm going to go over all the coding that went into making it. So as you can see here, there's these little spawn boxes, and they're called the spawn point boulders. They're editable in the game, so I can resize them after I place them down to give a different area of where the boulders can spawn in. And then on the right side here, the spawning, what to spawn, my boulder actor that I created, and then the delay range is the second interval. So it ranges from 1 to 3 seconds, and that's obviously editable in the blueprint here. And then at the top, it's just a trigger box, and it once you enter it, it adds to viewport the you win functionality. Going into the character here. So event tick, this is what's going to be updating the timer at the top of the screen. So event tick, there's a delay of 1 second. It checks to see if the seconds equals 0. And if it doesn't equal 0, then it minuses 1 from the seconds. And if it does, it runs another check, does minutes equal 0. And if that's false, then it sets seconds to 59 and minuses 1 from the minutes and sets the minutes. And so, if you have 2 minutes, then when it gets down to the 1 minute, it will reset the seconds to 59 seconds and take 1 off the minutes. And if it is true, then if both of these are true, if seconds equal 0 and minutes equal 0, then it spawns the game over widget, adds that to viewport, shows the mouse cursor for the player, and pauses the game so that the player can go towards the retry button and hit that. And then for one of the boulders, to add a little bit of randomness into it, so it's not just left or right sides, or they're not spawning between 1 and 3 seconds. Every time the player hits the W key, it will spawn another boulder at the very top. So like if the player's just got a good straight shot up the middle, it'll have a little delay in there to give the player some time to get to the top, and then it'll spawn a boulder to add a little bit more difficulty. So it's not just the player might get lucky with the spawns and run straight towards the top. In the boulder, so it's actually hitting the player, so it's just straightforward event hit, get the player character, Cave Runner character, and start the respawn function, and then destroys itself so that it goes away. And then just editing in on the right side here, its lifespan, I just set it to 3 seconds so that they're not just a bunch in the level and it's running the game harder than it needs to be for what we got going on. And then if I pull up the timer over here, go in here, it's just on the left side here we have minutes, seconds, and comma in the middle. Go over to the graph, get a character reference right there, get a call to the seconds, and this is what's giving the return value of what seconds is. Right here we have the minimal integral digits 2 and 2, so it's always going to be either 0, 2 or 0, 0. There's always going to be 2 numbers there to clean it up, and it's the same for the minutes as well. It's just getting the minutes instead, and then set 2 to set the minutes. And on the construct, it's just get all actors class, this one, get array, and then setting the character reference there. So there's that. That's just all the stuff I edited in the blueprints. And then if I bring over the coding here, we look at, let's go through the character first. So in the header here, we have the spawn actor. This will be setting up like the spawn boulder for that. Every time the W key's pressed, it'd spawn. And then respawn location. This is for where the character is respawning after it gets hit. This is creating the subclass for the blueprint to spawn. This one is setting up the spawn position. And these are the floats, or this is the float for health, and this is the boolean to check if the player is dead and to reset the player. And then this is the function name for the respawn. And then in the CPP file, we go over here. So health equals 1, is dead is automatically set to false, and respawn location is hard coded to where the character's spawn point is. So I can always just go over, copy and paste the coordinates of wherever I want to move it to. And this is just Unreal's tutorial, third-person tutorial character that I edited the code in and added my own functionality into it. So this right here is just getting the take damage function. So if health is less than 0, then if health equals 0, it dies. In die, just call respawn. The respawn function is health equals, or sets health of the player back to 1 and set actor location to respawn location. So there's that. And then over here in the spawn actor, so f actor spawn parameter spawn params, and then this is what's sorry, this is what the spawn params are getting and setting and adjusting if it can when it spawns, and then this is how it's getting where it can spawn. So it's getting the world, calling on the spawn actor, what's it spawning, the spawn position, and the parameters of if it can spawn. Then if we move up, here, just find it. Okay, just double check that that's all the code for the character I edited. Yeah, spawn actor, take damage, the die, the respawn. Okay, there's that one. So in the spawn point boulder, so this is where it's just constantly spawning the boulders and the values we set, and the values I set, and what it's handling. So in the header here, public a spawn point boulder, okay, force inline, get where to spawn, constant, return where to spawn. Function get random point in value. This is going to be where the randomizer, so it's not always just spawning in the center of the spawn volume. It's going to get a random point in there, so the boulders are going to bounce around a little bit without me having to set a bunch of random location or random volumes in the game. So this is setting what the class of what to spawn is, and it's a subclass of actor. And that's what the boulder is. It's a subclass of actor. This is the setting. This is the property for the delay range for the low and the highs. And it's edited anywhere. You know, I can edit it in the blueprint. It's category in the spawning. Private here we got visible anywhere. UBox component, where to spawn. Float, spawn delay. Setting those variables, and then going over here, we have spawn delay, getting the fmath, and range, and it's just setting the spawn delay low and high, telling it that spawn delay is going to be in between those guys, and this is getting the world timer, so that spawn delay knows what to call off of. These are setting the original values of the low and high of the parent for the spawn point boulder, or of the original spawn point boulder, and then being able to edit after I set it up. And then where to spawn equals the UBox component, which is that volume in it. So, and that's going to be the root component of where everything is spawning. Then if we go down here, world, get world. This is setting like the world parameters of where to spawn. We didn't have to get the instigator and in this one because it wasn't setting a health other than that life cycle, which was editable in the actual actor's own self. So I decided to just comment it out because it wasn't necessary and it was giving me errors. Let's see. So spawn location is getting the random point and volume, and then the rotation here. It's all the math, all the yaw pitch rolls in it. And then writing out the actor constant spawn boulder equals where the world is, or the world spawn actor is whatever actor we set it to, and then it's calling what spawn location, spawn rotation, spawn params, giving it where it needs to spawn in, and what the values is going to be given once it is calling that spawn, and then the spawn delay. Similar thing down here. It's setting where it's understanding what the world timer is, and then setting the values in that kind of the lows and highs, and getting random points in there. And double check here. That is everything for the C++ programming that I have for the spawn point boulder and the character. So it's all spawning actors, setting the values of them, and setting different timers, how they can spawn, what's gonna limit how they spawn, where they spawn, and so that just kind of sets up everything for the game. So that in here I can edit this volume as much as I want, and the boulders are just going to spawn anywhere in these points. Create it higher, bigger, smaller, doesn't matter, it will still spawn in it. So thank you.